Well, it is considered the deadliest attack on U.S. forces in Afghanistan in more than a year. Hundreds of insurgents armed with rockets, mortars, and machine guns surrounded a pair of outposts in Nuristan province. 8 Americans were killed. CNN Pentagon correspondent Barbara Starr joins us now by phone with details. What more do you know, Barbara?
Well, Fred, good afternoon to you. It is the Afghans that are saying there were hundreds of insurgents. The number still to be determined, but nonetheless, really a terrible scene to envision. 8 U.S. service members killed in action when insurgents opened up on their small combat outpost from the high ground. This was in Nuristan, in eastern Afghanistan, along quite close to the Pakistan border. Insurgents were on high ridge lines and opened up with mortars, rockets, heavy machine guns. By all accounts, other insurgents came out of a nearby mosque. This firefight went on, we are told by U.S. military officials, for over 12 hours. They did get some air support, air cover into the area, but the weather was very bad. So the combination of poor weather and terrible terrain really worked against the U.S. troops. The first reports are that the insurgents were not able to overrun the outpost, but nonetheless, a very terrible day for U.S. forces. The firefight was so heavy, we are told, that actually some of the buildings on the combat outpost burst into flame. A lot of devastation. And now, of course, the major concern, the major issue is to make sure all 8 U.S. military families are notified of these sad events as quickly as possible. Fred?
And Barbara, this is taking place just as top military brass has been requesting the White House for more U.S. troops in Afghanistan. How might this help or hurt that case?
Well, it is just, of course, bringing more and more attention to this very urgent matter for the Obama administration to make a decision one way or the other about what they want to do in Afghanistan. As of today, really, the positions could not have been more clearly lined up. General McChrystal, the top commander there, Admiral Mullen, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General David Petraeus, the top commander for the overall region, all advocating a very strong counterinsurgency fight, strategy, policy, whatever you want to call it, that could require tens of thousands of additional troops. The White House, led by National Security Advisor Jim Jones, sounding a note of caution, saying maybe more troops, but that a lot of other things would have to be done as well to try and bring some stability to Afghanistan. Fred?
Pentagon correspondent Barbara Starr, thanks so much. And on this very topic, our Elaine Quijano brings us up to date from the White House on the White House position of where we go from here.
More U.S. troop deaths this weekend underscored the high stakes as President Obama gets ready to meet with his national security team to figure out how to move forward in Afghanistan. But on CNN's State of the Union with John King, National Security Advisor Jim Jones said the president does have some time to weigh his options.
I don't foresee the return of the Taliban, and I want to be very clear that Afghanistan is not in danger, imminent danger of falling.
Republican Senator John Kyle disagrees, arguing time is running out.
Time is of the essence, and I don't think we have a great deal of time to sit around and have a big debate about this.
He sides with the top commander in Afghanistan, General Stanley McChrystal, who reportedly wants thousands of additional U.S. troops.
Troops are a portion of the answer, but not the total answer.
Jim Jones says the picture is more complex. He questions whether al-Qaeda could once again find safe haven in Afghanistan. And he takes issue with General McChrystal's public push for more troops.
Ideally, it's better for military advice to come up through the chain of command, and I think that General McChrystal and the others in the chain of command will present the president with not just one option.
Now, the president meets with his national security team on Wednesday and Friday. Senior aides, Frederica, say that the president will consult with that same group at least one more time beyond that before a strategy is drafted. Frederica.
So what role does the administration see for the government of the Afghan president, Hamid Karzai?
Yeah, you know, Jim Jones said today he thinks that Afghanistan's government under Hamid Karzai does have a chance at succeeding, but he said that it's going to require a really strong assist by the U.S. here in order to beef up the Afghan National Army and the Afghan police force. Bottom line, Jones says that he believes the government of Afghanistan needs to improve, basically to give its people some hope. Frederica.
Elaine Cajano from the White House, thank you.